Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome to Natural Bodybuilding. Mountain. I'm really huge, I'm really big right now. It's probably all those exercise sticks that I've been working out with. And I know some of you guys, you're wondering how do you get an exercise stick? Well, the truth is that all you do is send $49,995 to my website and all of your problems will disappear. See, all your lack of muscle and your girliness, all of a sudden you're going to become a monster mountain just from sending money to my website. That's kind of how it works, right? It's just magic. It's like magic. But seriously though, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about heavy weight and how when you work out with heavy weight from time to time, how it increases your endurance. So an example of this is that lately I've been squatting a bit heavier. You will see this in some of my vlogs. I've been doing up to 4 plates for reps, where I got away from that for a little while. I was just doing 3 plates for reps in squats, and sometimes I'll play around with high reps and low reps and so forth. And then of course I was doing other days where I would do walking lunges and some Romanian deadlifts. Well, the thing is that once I started lifting heavier weights, such as 4 plates and above for squats, I started to notice that my walking lunges, even with just the 70-pound dumbbells, started to get better from an endurance standpoint. So I could do more without becoming as much out of breath. Weird, right? How's that work? You know what I'm saying? So one thing I want people to understand is that pushing yourself with heavier weight from time to time not only has a great synergistic effect, but also will allow you to do more reps with that lighter weight, and therefore you get a lot more hypertrophy results. And so again, when you get people that buy into the either or camp, where it's just heavy or just light type training, I think they're really missing out on an opportunity to gain a lot more muscle. And also to basically address different weak links, because we know there's a different feeling in the body when you're lifting super heavy or when you're lifting light and going deep into the burn. So bring these two worlds together, maybe not in the same workout, but bring them together in some way in your training. And for me, I find going heavy once a week or so is necessary for the most part, if not once every 2 weeks. And what I mean by heavy is, sets of anywhere from 6 to 10 reps. That's heavy, especially with squats. Squats, I would say, sets of 10 to 12 reps is really heavy, and I tend to never go heavier than that, just because there are certain movements that you will find, and this might be different for you, but there's going to be certain movements that you find that if you go past a certain rep threshold, maybe it's the 5 rep range, maybe it's the 2 rep range, or whatever it is, right? 2 reps to failure. If you go too heavy, you'll notice that it just causes more devastation to the joints than to the overall muscular system. And the first priority always is to not get injured, but to push the body as hard as you can without hitting that injury threshold. So yeah, for myself, heavy squats once a week is great. And once in a while, I'll do some heavy bench as well. And usually with bench presses, I'll stay around 6 to 10 reps in that area. And that's what I classify as heavy. But I find it transfers over to my other workouts where I get a lot more of a pumpy and lumpy feel. So if you're noticing in my vlogs that sometimes I'll use lightweight, sometimes I'll use heavyweight, well, that's the whole point. I don't always stick to heavy or light. I find out first and foremost, what weight do I use that day that doesn't injure me? That's the first priority. And secondarily, I find out what does it feel like I need right now. And this brings me to another point. There are 2 totally different realities that exist as you train. One is the muscle devastation that comes from heavyweight training, and then the other one is the muscle devastation that comes from lightweight training. And you'll notice that each one will have a different experience attached to them. So muscle soreness from endurance will feel much different, or much more different than muscle soreness from trauma on heavy weight. Because the heavy weight, you'll notice, it almost has a different texture to it. And when you learn to differentiate between these two, then you learn which rep range you should train with that day. So for instance, today I found that my lower back felt dead, like it feels when I use heavy weight on squats, heavy weight on bent over rows. So what I did was just lighter weight for Romanian deadlifts. I used 225 for Romanian deadlifts, because I felt like my slow twitch fibers or my endurance muscles weren't sore. They felt perfectly recovered, but the muscles responsible for lifting heavy weight, or the muscles that seemed to get more trauma from using heavy weight, they were fatigued, and I felt that it would be redundant to do heavy weight with those today. So I gave those muscles a rest while doing higher rep ranges and hitting the other muscles, right? So one could argue it's different muscle fibers or different muscles altogether, but that's how I make a decision of whether I should use heavyweight or lightweight that particular day. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that, you know? Just learn to discern the difference between the soreness in each area, and that will help guide you on a workout per workout basis. So I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.